For our Real Talk yesterday, we got into the idea of, does social media, do movies, does music, video games, do they affect the way we live our lives? Do they have an impact on us? I think most students got up immediately said that they did not. So most movies, people are saying no, that they don't affect us. I think the first group of people that got up were just instantly like, movies don't affect us, video games don't affect us, music doesn't affect us, etc. And they're saying this because they're like, boom, I listen to these things, my friends listen to these things, and maybe they talk about, let's say, killing, and I don't kill anybody, my friends don't kill anybody, so therefore, no impact. Next story. But as we got going along and more students were able to get up, they were starting to realize that, okay, yeah, people maybe aren't killing people, although some stories were given in the class where students would listen to music that would talk about drug use, and then all of a sudden they're doing drugs. So maybe it's not killing somebody, but hey, drug use, okay, that's happening. So and I think kids starting to realize more and more that the things that they see in the media are impacting them. An example that I brought up was, back in the old days, Champion brand was the worst brand of clothing you could possibly buy. If you had Champion brand, it was just a double thumbs down. You shouldn't be wearing that. You know, they didn't fit the fashion. But now, everybody's wearing Champion brand clothing. Is it because they're so much warmer, so much softer? I doubt it. It seems like they just have the cool, I guess. I have no idea why students are wearing Champion brand stuff, but they're being impacted by this. And I think it kind of deadens our senses to what's good and what's not good. You know, I think as we look at ourselves as good people, you know, most of us would consider ourselves to be good people. We'd say, well, am I a good person? Yes. Why? I haven't killed anybody. And we instantly go to like, I haven't killed anybody. Why are we going 10 out of 10 on this? We should be looking at some of these other things that might lead us to be not good people, or not people that are bearing the fruits of a disciple of Jesus Christ. So I think as our students started to realize that, I would say the same thing goes into our talk about social media and movies. Yeah, maybe they're not influencing us to kill people or to commit adultery or something crazy like that, but what they are influencing us to do is change the way that we behave. When it comes to, many students brought up a good example of social media, TikTok especially. People are saying, when it comes to TikTok, you've got two options. You can put out Jesus things, or you can put out crazy things. And if you want to get views, it's got to be one of those two things. So if you're not going to put out Jesus stuff, you got to do crazy things, and people want views for their videos. Whatever kind of social media it is, I want likes for my pictures. I want likes for my videos. So we're going to start putting out crazier and crazier and crazier things to get those likes. Is that impacting me? You bet it is. When it comes to the music, I talk to kids about, you know, most kids come up to me and they'll say, well, I don't really like listen to the lyrics that much, the things that they're saying. I'm not for those things. But the beats they play, man, I just love the music. I just love the beats that they have on these rap songs or rock songs or whatever it might be. So I'm saying, okay, look what they're doing to you guys. They want to tell you a message. The message is being passed to you, but it's being sugar-coated with these nice beats. So you young kids will listen to it. You're listening to these nice beats like, yeah, this is so cool, not even thinking about what kind of words and actions are being put into your head. Because what goes into your ears and your eyes goes right to your soul, goes right to your heart. And then that's expressed throughout your body. We're a spiritual, physical being, and we can't separate those two things. So, I don't know. I would say it wasn't our best class, you know, as far as discussion goes. But I hope that at some level the students understood that. I think it's kind of hard to maybe capture that bigger picture, as oftentimes is with middle school kids. But the good news is they have you guys. So hopefully hearing it in class, hearing it in religion class, hearing it from you guys will give us a good attack for these students. And I can't say enough, I think they call it Smart Gen Society now, coming here and talking about the dangers of social media. That's awesome. I mean, we need to hear more of that. I think as parents, we want to hear this information. We want to hear how our kids are being impacted. And I think basically we can know. I mean, as our kids are, I mean, my kids are little, as they're plugged into that iPad and I take it from them, it's like I rip a scab off their head and they start shrieking and screaming as if something's terribly wrong, and they can't put these things down. So this is no secret to you guys. You guys know this. Your students aren't quite bought in on it, so at least they wouldn't say publicly. Maybe they are privately, but they don't want to look like fools in front of their whole entire class. So continue to have these talks and continue to have these conversations, because it's crucial. We have to be the ones that help our students to know what's true.